Today we talk about one of the most powerful turning points in American history, the Emancipation Proclamation of 1863. To truly understand its impact, we must go back to the years leading up to the Civil War. For generations, slavery had been deeply rooted in American society, especially in the southern states where the economy depended heavily on enslaved labor. Cotton, tobacco, and other crops brought wealth to plantation owners, but behind that wealth were the suffering, pain, and exploitation of millions of African American men, women, and children. By the mid-1800s, tensions between the North and the South had reached a breaking point. The North, where slavery had largely been abolished, pushed for limits on its spread into new territories. The South, however, wanted to expand slavery and protect its way of life. These disagreements grew so severe that in 1861, 11 Southern states seceded from the Union, forming the Confederacy. The Civil War had begun. At first, President Abraham Lincoln focused mainly on preserving the Union. He was cautious about making slavery the central issue, worried that some states loyal to the Union might turn against him. But as the war dragged on, Lincoln realized that slavery was not only a moral wrong, it was also the heart of the conflict. The Confederacy's strength depended on enslaved labor. If slavery could be struck down, the rebellion would weaken. In September 1862, after the Union victory at the Battle of Antietam, Lincoln made his decision. He issued a preliminary warning: if the Confederate states did not rejoin the Union by January 1, 1863, he would declare their enslaved people free. The South ignored his warning. And so, on New Year's Day 1863, Lincoln signed the Emancipation Proclamation. The document declared that all persons held as slaves in the Confederate States are, and henceforward shall be free. Though the words may have seemed simple, their impact was enormous. For enslaved people, this was more than just law. It was hope. For the Union, it turned the Civil War into a fight not only for the survival of the nation, but for the liberation of millions. The proclamation also opened the door for African Americans to enlist in the Union Army and Navy. Nearly 200,000 black soldiers and sailors eventually fought for the Union. They faced discrimination, lower pay, and harsher treatment, but their courage and sacrifice proved vital to the Union's victory. Their service was a statement. They were not just fighting for a country, they were fighting for their freedom, their families, and future generations. Internationally, the Emancipation Proclamation changed everything. Countries like Britain and France had been considering support for the Confederacy, but once the war became openly about slavery, they could not align themselves with the South. The proclamation helped isolate the Confederacy on the world stage.